G'day lovelies, my name is Jamie Lee and I am Aussie Girl. Welcome. Alright, today we're going to talk about the big fat pink elephant in the room, weight loss. Now everything I say and do in this video is my personal opinions, it's my personal things that I have gone through, and it's all mine. So nothing is true and correct, it's just what I believe and what has worked for me. So okay, I've lost weight twice in my lifetime and I've gained it 3 times. So this is the third and final time I'll be losing weight. I'm going to take you through absolutely everything I know, and I'm going to show you absolutely everything I did last time to lose the weight. So you can take everything I say with a pinch of salt, or is it a grain of salt, or salt over the shoulder if you're hanging with me. Or you can get on board and we'll smash this weight loss together. Alright, well let's just start with the word diet. Okay, in my house, the word diet is banned. As far as I'm concerned, the corporates made up the word diet, made millions and billions and trillions of dollars off of us. And the whole scheme of diet is set up for fail. I also believe that the corporates invented things like the scales, something to help you fail. If you own any scales at all through your house, go and get them, take them out the back, grab a baseball bat and smash the living shit out of them. You do not need scales. You do not need scales to tell you that you shouldn't have eaten that whole pizza last night. You should have only had 2 slices. There are so many reasons why we can gain weight that scales are just something that you're putting pressure on yourself for that you don't need to. You don't need to know if you've lost half of whatever it is, or if you gain half of whatever it is. It will drive you freaking nuts, and it's not necessary. So there's heaps of reason we put on weight and lose weight, okay? So if you're a female, for instance, and it's that time of month, if you're someone who swells up and has a lot of water retention, you are going to put on 1, 2, maybe 2.5 kilos. And then a couple of days after you finish, you lose it all again. So why do you need scales to go, oh my God, I put on 1.5 kilos when you're not feeling the best anyway? You just don't need that. Another reason you can put on weight is water. Like, you drinking water can make you put on weight. So with your body, say you're not used to drinking water, okay? And then all of a sudden, like tomorrow, okay, let's go, I'm going to start drinking water. When you start drinking water, because you don't normally drink water, your body goes, oh, it's water, oh my God, let's keep it. So they keep it. They keep all the water. So your body will retain all that water for weeks and weeks, probably about 3 to 4 weeks, I reckon. And then after about 3 or 4 weeks, when your body works out, hey shit, she's giving it to me every day, I don't need to hold it anymore, all of a sudden you'll drop all the water and you will lose like a few kilos out of nowhere. And that is exactly why. Your body is working out the fact that you're going to feed it water and it doesn't need to hold it anymore. It's the same with, for me, I don't overeat, I undereat. So I maybe eat once a day, sometimes I even forget to eat. But because I don't eat, whatever I put on there, whatever I put in my guts, it holds it all, the fat cells hold it all, and like, oh, we need to keep all of this fat because who knows when we're getting our next meal and we can live off that fat. Now, for me, I'm going to start eating little things more times through the day. Now, when I do that, after 3, 4, 5 weeks, my body is going to work out, hey, shit, I'm getting food all the time now. I don't need to hold on to all this fat anymore. And it will friggin' release it all. It's as simple as that. It really is. So the most important thing is your head and your heart. You need to get your head and your heart in sync, and you need to have a fuck it moment. Now, a fuck it moment is when you've decided that you're ready to start losing weight for you. If you start losing weight for your partner or for a thing like a wedding, now sure, you might lose all the weight and you might do it pretty quick. Well done. But once you're not with your partner anymore, or the wedding's over or whatever, you'll put it back on because you lost it too quick. And when you put it back on, you won't just put it back on, you double it. So the most important thing, head, heart and time, okay? You don't need to rush losing weight. It shouldn't be something that you need to rush at. It should be a whole lifestyle change that you slowly do. You can't just get straight into it. If you say tomorrow, all right, I'm going on a, well, I won't call it, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm just not going to eat anything that's bad for me anymore. Well, hang on a minute. You've been feeding your body sugar for years and years now. What, you're just expected that if you're going to stop, everything's going to be fine and you can get off it? Well, of course not, because your body's going to be hounding you for sugar. So you're going to crave that donut and you're going to say, I'm not eating that donut because I'm on a diet, and you don't eat that donut. But 3 or 4 days later, you've still got the craving of sugar because that's what your body is used to. So instead of going and eating that donut, you're going to go and binge eat and eat God knows what instead. So instead of not eating the donut, try just eating half the donut. And then you're halfway there. Get your mind into it, you know what I mean? Halfway there. Instead of big serves, make them little serves. If you're going to have a main meal, scull a glass of water about 5 minutes before you start eating, and then you'll fill up quicker. So it's not important what you eat at all. You can eat everything. You can eat anything you want. It's just the amount that you eat and how often that you eat. Once you have arrived at your fuck eat moment, you are ready to rock and roll. We're going to do this together. Don't worry, I have got your back. So if there is anything that you want to add, in the comments below, say, your weight loss story yourself, or how you lost it, or how you didn't, or how you want to, or how you're going to get on board with me, because I'm great to bounce off, okay? If you just need a little bit of support or anything, just jot it down in the comments below. I will try and look at this channel at least a couple of times a week at the comments, okay? Yeah, so tell your stories, your weight loss stories or your non-weight loss stories. Also, if you want to add to it and let everybody know things that work for you and things that didn't work for you and all that sort of stuff, it's all good. If we can collectively all get together and support each other through a weight loss journey, we'll get there, and we'll get there with flying colours. So at the end of the day, I am my biggest asset. You are your biggest asset. So we need to get our shit together. All right, let's tap on food and drinks for a little bit for a minute. Okay, so drinks are actually really important. Now, if you drink iced coffee, you just have to stop. There is absolutely no way around it. I stopped drinking iced coffee. All right, so what I did is, because I've been planning on doing this for a while, right? So what I did is I stopped drinking iced coffee. I went to drinking hot coffees, and instead of sugar, I would put a little bit of honey in there instead. So every time I have a coffee, I'm only having this much milk. Now, I reckon after about 4 weeks, I had lost 2 chins, and I've only got my smiley chin left. So it's absolutely worth it, okay? 4 weeks, and I dropped a ton of weight just by not drinking iced coffee. I did nothing else different. I didn't exercise, I didn't change the way I ate, nothing like that at all. I just stopped drinking iced coffee, and it is incredible just how much weight I lost from doing that. So I know you really love it. I really love it. It was really hard for me to give up. I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell they put in it. And if you like coffee, you'll be loving life, because it's really easy to actually swap from one to the other. And definitely give the honey a go. So when I first did it, I was put a teaspoon of honey in, and it was freaking awful. And then the next one, half a teaspoon, and it was still awful. So I put a quarter of a teaspoon of honey in, and within a week, I got so used to it that if I go to someone's place and they make me a coffee and chuck sugar in, it tasted like shit. So that's pretty awesome. So you can have up to 12 teaspoons of honey a day. It's safe and good for you. And using a quarter of a teaspoon of honey every time you have a cuppa, you never go over your limit, and it's brilliant. No sugar at all. Alright, so say if you're addicted to Coke, Coca-Cola, and you're pounding a couple of litres of that a day, the best suggestion I've got for that is to stop drinking the 2-litre bottles and to buy some cans. Have 1 can at breakfast, 1 can at lunch, and 1 can at dinner. After a few weeks, get rid of the breakfast one, then get rid of the lunch one, and then you've just got one with your dinner, and you will be absolutely laughing. And Coke is another thing. I think it was the first time I got pregnant, I think after having Harley, I drank Coke the whole way through with him, and I put a massive amount of weight on for it. And I literally lost the first big quarter chunk of it just from stop drinking Coke. Now, if you've got a beer gut, alright, well, you're going to keep still drinking your beer, aren't you? But I've got a solution for that a little bit down the track, and we'll get rid of those beer guts, don't you worry.